Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Gin Dog podcast, this time talking about Deathmatch, release number 4 from series 4 of the 4th Doctor stories. Yes, it's Leela, it's the Doctor, it's simply marvellous. Now, here's something for you. You know I always complain that the stories are just too short on these single disc releases? Well, I know for a fact they're not, because they've got to be continued. This is the realm, the last bastion of the actual cliffhanger. Because the stories finish 1 month, and the next month you get the next release, which continues on. This is the closest you're going to get to a cliffhanger. Now, the problem is, of course, that you're looking at a story, you're looking at waiting a month, not just a week. Yes, each individual disc is an individual story, but these two join up perfectly. We had, well, Leela leaving at the end of the last story, which was great and well thought out and well acted. I'm not going to question that. It was better than the thing on TV. And then we had, well, we've got the emotional side of Leela in this story. Deathmatch, again, still has the Master, with some pointless storyline. Because the Master is just mental. He wants to take over the universe for no adequately explored reason, because he hasn't explored it for himself. What does he want? Does he just want to, well, as it's said in this story, distract himself from the onset of death? That's no way to go on, or perhaps it is. Deathmatch is a fairly obvious and well-known and well-trod path. Hasn't been done in Doctor Who that much, and that's absolutely fine. It's been hinted at in a couple of Davison stories, but that's not a problem. You've got your basic setup, you know, the whole most dangerous game and battle royale, where people have to fight for the death for other people's entertainment. And of course Leela gets shoved into the games. We've seen this sort of thing countless times, but as it existed in real life in the form of gladiators and a host of other things, I'm sure it's not really a problem. In fact, it's not a problem at all, because that's just the room where the story takes place, narrative-wise. Here we've got more, and I don't like milking this particular cow, narrative development, emotional growth, soap opera-ness, as some people with a less forgiving nature would call it. You've got Leela finding her way, developing, falling in love, being more open to the future, setting herself up for that nonsense that happens at the end of the Invasion of Time on Gallifrey. But without that nonsense, we wouldn't have had the Gallifrey audios, and I'll always love those. So what have we got on the synopsis front? Here we go. The Deathmatch is under new management. The Huntmaster's champion has been installed. All regular players are welcomed back to the Pursuit Lounge to observe the context in luxurious surroundings. Privacy is assured. For this reason, we ask our elite guests to abide by the strict security protocols. Please note, the house has no limits. In the gallery, your combatants can be observed on the orbiting Quarry Station, a purpose-built environment filled with deadly traps and hidden dangers. Prizes are offered for every kill, with bonuses for rogue elements. Only an elite hunter can survive the end game. Do you have a worthy champion? Kill or be killed. The only rule of the Deathmatch. Written by Matt Fitton and directed by Nicholas Briggs. What a busy gent he has been. Yes, Nick Briggs does tend to direct a lot of the 4th Doctor stuff. He is not exactly a nursemaid, but he knows how to deal with Tom and, more importantly for us, how to get the best performance out of him. Tom is becoming more and more and more like the 4th Doctor of the time. And yet there are modern references thrown in. There was stuff about a barcode in this story which nobody else got, which was great, because it wouldn't have worked in any time outside that. He's mentioned mobile phones at some point, because he exists now. Again, that's the fandom and the author approach. Because narrative speaking, the Doctor would know these things. It works beautifully. I have no issues with that whatsoever. It isn't my all-time favourite story. I will listen to this again when I go through an in-order listen, but I don't think I'd seek this one out, possibly because it's an emotional journey and doesn't have the sort of monstrous moments that I look for in a Doctor Who. That's personal choice. That's nothing to say that this story is bad, because it simply isn't bad at all. It's exceptionally well acted and exceptionally well thought out. I have no problems with this whatsoever. But is that damning with faint praise? I guess it might be. I'm looking forward to the next time, and I enjoyed the one before this. But as a story on its own, perhaps it's just not my cup of tea. But I'll let you judge for yourself by listening to the trailer. So until next time, be seeing you.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions, The Fourth Doctor Adventures.
It's Marshall here, Doctor. I need your help. Leela's, she's missing.
What?
It is an honour to meet you, Huntmaster.
Your knight excels at my contest.
Is this a private deathmatch, or can anyone join in?
Once you're up there, it's kill or be killed. No one's beaten the Masters champion.
I'm afraid in the deathmatch there can be only one winner.
So why am I still alive?
We shall see how you fare when set against your friends, Doctor. Kill or be killed. The only rule of the death match.
Doctor Who, Death Match.
You've been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast, available on RSS, iTunes, Stitcher, Audio Boom and Tumblr. Doctor Who and its associated works are copyright of the BBC. No infringement is intended. You can contact the show, donate, buy merchandise or find out more about my other projects by visiting the Tin Dog Podcast homepage and clicking on the links. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.